Welcome to the Soul Energy Podcast with your guide, Sara Wong. In each episode, we'll be discussing the energy that affects us in all aspects of our lives, emotionally, physically, mentally, and spiritually, from the voice of the collective soul. We'll also explore the science of energy, the spiritual side of energy, and the healing power of energy. This is a place to get the tools and knowledge to help you create a life that thrives on energy. I'm so excited to have you here. Let's get started. The energy of anxiety. Anxiety is such a interesting energy as it opens up every single possible timeline. So you're definitely surrounded by energies that activate everything inside of you, and how it affects individually is different. Some people might get very emotional, some people might overthink, some people might really tap in deep and work with their higher selves, and other people might actually physically get ill from anxiety. And it can create panic attacks. And of course, there's an extreme. There's anxiety where on the spectrum it's numbed out. It might not affect you at all because it's so suppressed and it might show up physically. Then there's the extreme anxiety where it could create a panic attack, psychosis, overwhelm, mental breakdowns. Anxiety is not an energy that can be controlled. Anxiety is rather very similar to like the ocean. It's massive, it's big, and if it takes over, it will. It really is an emotion to guide us, to flow with us. When anxiety comes into our reality, think about it this way. It's a compass that's saying, hey, the vibrational alignment you're on is not in your highest alignment. It's not in resonance. It's not resonating with you anymore. Anxiety is anchored into the future, what could happen, what you want to happen, what might not happen. And so it creates all these opportunities, all these timelines, all these outcomes that some are amazing and exciting and some are super scary and you don't want them. Anxiety can activate your imagination so powerful that you start to believe that that's the only outcome and it's going to happen, and it's going to really make you ill, sick, or create a whole opportunity for you to purge whatever this energy might be. When anxiety shows up, it could stay with you for hours, days, years. It's really however long you host that energy, you give it energy. Now, for me, I had never experienced anxiety until truly for me, until I gave birth. Part of my postpartum journey was massive anxiety. I have never had separation anxiety before. I've never had this anxiety of losing something I love so much. I've never had this anxiety of doing it wrong. And so when I'm still in my postpartum journey, I'm a year in, and I believe it takes time. It takes time to build a relationship. I had to build a relationship with the waves of anxiety that would come in and ride them out. And usually they would guide me to a solution, guide me to a thought, guide me to information I needed that I didn't know I needed. And it allowed me to express myself in new ways, vulnerable ways. Anxiety is really activating because it does open up every possibility. So when anxiety comes in, it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just an energy that it might be some rough waters, but it's going to calm down. You're going to get solutions. You're going to find your way, but you're going to have to work through whatever energy is showing up. And then again, it could show up in all parts of your energetic bodies, your mental body, emotional body, spiritual body, mental body, or it could show up, in one of your bodies and really take over. So anxiety is going to amplify the area that needs the most work. It could be emotional, it could be mental, and it could also be saying, hey, the reason this anxiety is here is because where you're at, it's not resonating with you. Now, if anxiety shows up and it's areas you can't control, you've done everything you can do to support you in your position, then the anxiety is basically taking over your mental space so much that you have to ground your energy. And in order to ground your energy is really staying present, calm, and focused on what you can give your energy to that's worthwhile versus what you can't. And you really, it's out of your control. You got to let it go. Some people say let go, let God, let go, let the universe flow. And when I do that, it, for me personally, taking anxiety and saying, hey, I've done everything I can, and almost putting the energy in like a balloon. So wherever in your life, in this moment, just imagine wherever in your life you have anxiety, because it shows up all the time in different ways. Put it in a balloon and just feel the energy that you can't control. Feel the energy of trusting the flow, trusting God, trusting the universe, and putting all the burdens that you think you need to do, all the things you think you need to control, put it in the balloon and let it go. Just let it be removed from your energetic field. And then ask the anxiety, where in my body, where in my energetic bodies are you resonating in? Are you in my emotional body? Are you in my mental body? Are you in my physical body? Are you in my spiritual body? Feel the energies. It might be in multiple energies, energetic bodies. It might be in multiple energies, spaces, and time for you to work with. It could be there's things that you need to do and you haven't been doing. It could be there are different opportunities that maybe aren't in front of you that are coming your way. And to be open to them, stay in your heart, stay in possibility, and really allow yourself that space and time to build a relationship with that possibility. We're in a time and space where anxiety is going to be so present because we're in a space of evolution. Every single person on earth is evolving. Every single continent, every single energetic frequency on earth is in evolution state. When we're in an evolution state, everything changes. And it almost feels sometimes nothing changes. And then sometimes it feels like it changes overnight. And because we're in this energetic state of evolving, there's a lot of unknowns. There's a lot of new energies coming into our forefront, coming into our reality that is going to cause us to feel anxious. Anxious about the future, about the unknowns. There's going to be systems changing, institutions changing, leaders changing, power changing, us changing, how we live, how we survive, how we cook, how we, source our daily energy needs, whether it be resources, whether it be food, whether it be habits, everything will be evolving, everything will be changing. This creates an energetic frequency of anxiety that's so available for us. And so now we're just going to have to really build a relationship. We're going to have to learn how to ride the waves of anxiety, to tap into anxiety and use it as a tool for us to navigate with versus having it be an energy that blocks us, keeps us stagnant, stuck, keeps us in a state that doesn't serve us. Now, I will say from my experience, being in anxiety is one of the hardest energies to get out of because it's easy to spiral and it's easy to stay in the what ifs. And what is most important in that knowing is when it shows up, to first ground your energy. When we ground our energy, what that does is it allows us to bring our focus to the present moment. The power is in our present moment. What we give our energy to is exactly what we can allow ourselves to start to move into in different ways. So, for example, I was going through a very difficult time and I kind of got to this space of not knowing where to put my energy. So I put it in all the places I thought I should. And I started seeing results. But then I got so connected to those results that they almost had to happen, or else I would lose faith. And of course, those results started to not happen. And I started to lose faith. My anxiety kicked in, all the what ifs, and it led me into a completely different direction. That direction started opening doors I never thought were possible, weren't on my radar. But for some reason, those were the doors that my energy is needing to be a part of. Those are the doors that my energy is calling me forward to. And then this energy happens for me. I get excited. My soul lights up and I feel rejuvenated, even though nothing has happened. No guarantees, no forward movement, tangible, other than possibility that I didn't know existed before. New possibility that came in my forefront that wasn't there before. New pathway, new way of service wasn't on my radar before. But once it was, it lit me up in a different way. It made me resonate in a different way and knowing like, yeah, that could definitely be a possibility. And you know what? It wasn't exactly what I wanted, but I'm open to it. And usually when that happens for me, it's always a journey, a new beginning that allows me to grow, allows me to expand consciously, intuitively, allows me to connect to unique energies that I wouldn't have never unless I taken this path. And it serves a massive purpose. So when anxiety shows up, oftentimes it's mixed up with excitement because there's something new on the horizon. But in order to activate that energy, we really have to tap into letting go of old versions, letting go of old goals, old commitments, allowing us to ride the wave. It's just like surfing. There's no guarantee you're going to catch any waves. And I'm not a surfer. It's just an analogy. For surfers out there, you'll know exactly what this feels like. But you can imagine, surfing, there's no guarantee you're going to catch a wave. There could be other surfers out there that are going to catch a wave before you. It could be too hard for you. There could be no waves, but you still get out there and you still try. You still get up, you still explore, and you still give it all you got because that was your intention to go surfing, to just give it a go, to see what's possible. And then you start to learn that balance of patience and then you start to build a relationship with the ocean where you start to feel the waves and understand the waves and move your energy to the spaces where you know waves are going to come where you can surf. And then you start to build that relationship of surfing the waves and feeling the ocean around you, feeling the water, being able to ride the water in a way that allows you to feel that movement, that alignment, that oneness. And again, I'm not a surfer, but this is what I envision based on the videos I've watched and the surfers I do know, that it does require patience. It does require determination. It does require a relationship with the unknown. So ride the waves of anxiety, explore what they mean for you and how they show up for you. In the moments they come up, take moments to ground your energy Take moments to check into your energetic body, see where the anxiety is, and work with it. There's tools, there's gateways, there's portals, there's possibilities, there's new future energies wanting to come in and support you. So explore and see what is there for you through the energy of anxiety. And again, anxiety is wild, so take your time. It could take hours, it could take days, it could take years. There's no judgment. Everyone has their own journey. And with that, until next time. And that is this week's episode. What an honor to spend this time with you. Make sure you journal, reflect, and spend some time on this energy to see how certain topics that were covered apply to your reality and how you can move forward when that energy shows up next time. And for more services, products, content to support you on your spiritual journey, make sure to visit energyhouselb.com. That's energyhauslb.com. Also, make sure to follow us on social media, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. It is all so appreciated. Stay in touch. Until next time.